Hola, bon dia.
Bon dia! Welcome to this week's video. This week's video we do a bit of gravelling. We tidy an area up ready for the hot tub, and we do some weed killering using the vinegar weed killer. I'll show you some of the results of that. The area where we've weed killered, we've got some more gravel ordered on its way, and Debbie's got a recipe for you. So
Watch along and see what else we get up to.
morning, bon dia. So this morning's job is to start moving the gravel, what I showed you at the end of the last video. And what we're going to do with it is put in this area down here, which is near the barn and the wall. You might just be able to see a pallet near it as well. We're just going to do that area. The idea is to level it off with this finer gravel so we can walk on it a bit easier, and level it, put some pallets down, put the matting on what we've got for underneath the hot tub, and then the hot tub's going to go in that corner. Hopefully all sorted by the end of the week. So as you can see, I've made a little bit of a start. I've not levelled it yet, I'm just moving some down here, just shoving it about a little bit. We do have quite a slope on the land, so it will obviously be thicker at the wall end and just level out towards Ellie Rose's house. At this moment in time we haven't got enough gravel to deliver in another 5 tons. At the moment we've just got enough to make a start on this area where the hot tub's going. So we'll do that, and hopefully the other gravel will come before we get all finished. It's a lot easier tipping it than it is filling it. So I've just barrowed most of the stone over here. I was just getting a bit thick in the middle now, and I just want a rough idea of a rough level so I know how far I can spread what we've got left, because I've used quite a lot of it up so far. So this is what's left of the 2 ton we've got dropped. I still want to just level that off at that side a little bit, just to get an idea of how much more I can put down there. I'll show you what we're doing. So you can see I've just started spreading this stone about. I just want to know roughly how far it's going to spread, because obviously when you tip it in wheelbarrow loads it's just in lumps, and just to get a sort of level where the hot tub's going to go. Sort of this is the area the hot tub's going to go, so this is the bit I want sort of a bit deeper and a bit more level. So I haven't totally levelled it yet. I'm still waiting for the other 5 ton to come. I don't know really when that's coming. I think he said after the weekend, so it's a bank holiday this week as well, so yeah. I think it's beginning to look good, and there's one thing for certain, it's a lot better to walk on. So yeah, we'll be doing that all the way to where the pile of stone was dropped before.
So we've just bought this from Amazon. It's for drying the herbs.
Quite a big one.
Yep, it's got about 3 shelves in it, 3-4 shelves.
Zips open there.
So Steve's just going to hang it up here.
Just made a little wire up for it. I've just made it so I can reach, because it's a bit low if Debbie reaches. You need to put it the other way around, I think, just so you...
Yeah, so that the door's this way.
Need to put my pliers down.
It'll be alright, I can spin it round if I want to.
Okay. Should be alright like that.
Yep. So I've got some coriander, some chives, basil, thyme, rosemary, parsley, more chives, more basil and some mint. So I prefer to use them fresh, but I think 1 or 2 of them are getting a bit too big now, so I'm going to dry some for the winter time. But you can also dry figs and tomatoes and things like that in them. So I'm just going to start and cut a few off now and pop them in the dryer. So I've just cut some of the chives, and I'm just picking out the dead bits before I start to dry them. I've never done this before, so if anybody's got any tips out there, I'd love to hear about them. Oh, I even got a little bit of rosemary in there. Okay, so I'm just going to spread those out now on one of the shelves, and I believe they have to be sort of separate so they're not touching. So I'll try and do that as best I can. I don't think it'll be that easy with chives. So next I'm going to go for some of this thyme. There seems to be quite a lot of that. And then I'll do some rosemary. So I've picked the rosemary. I don't think there's much to pick out of that, to be honest. I think that can more or less just go in as it is. I think these are the seeds off the flowers. But you can eat the seed, you can eat the flowers anyway, so not too worried about that. Right, I'll go pop that in the air. So I've now cut the rosemary off. I've taken some of the like older ones that are just starting to go a bit woody, so that the new ones have got more chance of growing. So I'm just going to pop those in the air and then I'll show you what it looks like. So that's the area with the rosemary, thyme and chives in. I don't know if I've done it right. As I say, it's the first time I've ever dried herbs. So we'll see what happens, and I'll keep you informed as in the next video. I think I need to turn them every day. But yeah, I'll have a look at that and I'll show you in the next video what's happening. So I've just found out that you can't dry chives successfully. So what I've done is I've chopped them up into small pieces, and I'm going to pop them in a Ziploc bag and pop them in the freezer for the winter time.
So we're just getting quite a rainy night. Just thought I'd come out and show you sort of colour of the sky, light. So sort of very yellowy light coming off everything. So this morning I'm just going to make some more weed killer. I've made 2 lots already and already put some down. I'll show you some of the results, because it works faster than what I thought it did. It certainly worked faster on this bit than it did on the this when I did this, and there's a little bit coming back on here but not much, so I'm going to make some more up and then we'll spray it a bit further down the land. So as you can see, I've got some vinegar. I wanted some stronger than that. This is only about 10%, and some dishwash soap and some salt. We've just got in a yoghurt pot at the moment, but it's just ordinary table salt. I'll show you some of that when I get the lid off. So that's everything in now. I just need to put the top on, give it a good shake, mix it all up. I tend to leave it 10-15 minutes, something like that, just to get the salt to dilute, and then give it a good shake for some more time, and then leave it to stand again for a bit. Try and make it sure I haven't got any salt crystals still in there that will block the jet. So this is some I sprayed about 20 minutes ago, and as you can see, it's already having some effect. The leaves are starting to wilt. I must say it does seem to work better on the broader leaved weeds and things, but it is sort of affecting the other ones as well. This sort of stuff's already starting to curl up a bit as well, as you can see. But these broader leaved ones, they started almost straight away. So the ones at that side haven't been done yet. I've just mixed some up as you've seen. I'm going to have a go at them and I'll just show you the results when I've give it a quick spray. I haven't got enough to do all of this area, so I'll probably just do in front of this bed along these blocks and up the edge of the path there in a sort of line. So I'm just going to spray a bit down here and then see how much I've got left. Wants quite a good coating, I must say, but so that's it. I'll show you how it's done in half an hour or so. So from what I've read, this weed killering needs to be done when it's really sunny and warm. And you can see why it dries, you know, on contact it sort of starts to dry the leaves out. So I presume the sun helps with that. To be honest, pulling weeds out, you know, out of the ground's far better than spraying them with anything really. But yeah, it's so time consuming, hot work in this sort of weather. So we will give this a try and see if it works as well as what he did at the other side. All that's now got a bit of fine gravel on it, so we're waiting for the delivery of the other, and that's the other thing, it's a time thing, so when the other gravel arrives I'm going to gravel all this little area as well. So we're about an hour later and you can see how it's knocked these weeds back. So hopefully a couple of days they'll have shriveled up quite well. And this is the quince tree with the big hole right through. You can probably see that.
So I've just realised that I don't have any pine nuts. So what I've done is I've washed the basil and I've chopped it, and now I'm going to blend it with a little bit of olive oil, not a lot. They say you can freeze basil, but it will go black. So if you add a little bit of olive oil, it stops it going black apparently. So I'm going to try that, pop it in the freezer, and then next time I go shopping, I'll get the pine nuts. So I'm just using the scissors just to chop it down a little finer, just to make it easy for the blender, because I've only got like a stick blender. I'm having to film this on my phone because Steve and Ellie Rose are doing something outside and filming, so I'll just pop the camera down a minute, phone should I say, while I pop that in the blender with a little bit of olive oil. So that's the basil in the pot, and now I'm just going to pour some extra virgin olive oil in. Maybe put about a couple of tablespoons in, we'll see how that goes. So I've put a couple of tablespoons of oil in, and now I'm going to blend it. I'm not going to leave the camera on while I'm blending it because obviously it makes far too much noise. So that's it blended. There's not very much by the time it's blended, but that's what we got. So I'm just going to pop that into a little bag, put it in the freezer, and then, as I say, when I go to the shops and get the pine nuts, I can finish the recipe. So the recipe asks for some toasted pine nuts, but they were extremely expensive. You can use cashew nuts instead. So I've got 1/4 cup of cashew nuts and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Pop that in there. A small garlic clove. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Some fresh black pepper. So next I just need to pulse that with the blender, so I'll turn the camera off because it's very noisy. So I finished this off, the cashew nuts, lemon juice and garlic, etc., in the pestle and mortar just to get it a little bit finer. There's already some olive oil. You don't need a lot of olive oil, maybe a couple of tablespoonfuls in with the basil, and maybe an eighth of a cup of some Parmesan cheese. I'm going to pop all that into a bigger bowl so that I can mix it all together. Just get a clean spoon. Now all this wants a good mix together. I'm just going to blend that again, just to get it a little smoother, and then I'll show you the finished result. So that's the finished result after it's been pulsed with the blender. And I'm just going to pop it in a couple of small jars now, and we'll use that for pizzas or whatever we need pesto for. It's not quite a full jar, so I'll keep that in the fridge. So that's it for this week, but I'd like to ask you subscribers and watchers, we don't have a name for our little Kinter farm. Most people find that they've already got a name, so we're looking for something to call it. I'd like it to be something Kinter, so if you've got any ideas for us based on the videos you've seen, that'd be great to either drop them in the comments below or send us an email.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget the links below for Instagram and Facebook. Bye!
Bye!